In this video, I want to show you an actual example of how you could use the guest blogging method along with content from Report PLR. And just like I mentioned in the report, obviously you don't have to use Report PLR, but we are trying to promote that program with this video. So have a look at it, but you certainly aren't limited to using that. So steps 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm already assuming you've gone through 1 through 4, which talked about getting in touch with other blogs, authority blogs with a big following, how to get on the radar of those people, using a post on your own blog to get their attention and so on. Make sure you go through all of that. Now, getting to step 5, you want to make sure that when you do your guest post that you create a good quality blog post, and inside of that blog post that you're going to be guest posting on someone else's site, you want to make sure you take the opportunity to link back to your own stuff as often as possible. So I'm going to walk you through an example. Now, another thing is, in looking at this diagram, you'll see in 6 and 7, it should almost be, probably be more appropriate to label it 6A or 6B, because you want to ask the blog owner, are you allowed to link, or do they care, or do they have a problem with you linking to a squeeze page, or they prefer that if you're going to link out back to your site, that it goes maybe to a blog post or to your home page. Some people are more concerned about that stuff than other people, so just make sure you respect the person's blog and clear it with them. So if they allow you to send links to a squeeze page, great. I'll show you an example of how to do that. And if they prefer that you don't, that's fine too. You can still give yourself a great chance of getting subscribers if you include an opt-in form within the blog post on your site that you're promoting back to. So I'm going to show you an example of both of those. So let's use the example of Report PLR, and we have a report called Facebook Marketing. Let me just actually pull it up here to show you roughly what it looks like. So here you can see I've just got the edited version open. That's fine. We don't need to make it all formal here, but it's called Marketing with Facebook Development and Strategy. And if you're a member of Report PLR, you get this report for your own personal use, but you also get the editable version. You can see here it says insert name, and then you can insert your links all over the place to brand it to yourself. But first and foremost, you can read these reports and learn a lot of stuff for yourself. So you could go through here and go to this section as an example called 100 blog posts about Facebook marketing, and you can start reading through some of them that look interesting to you. And ideally, you have a little bit of experience with Facebook marketing as well. But just take some information from these posts. Take a half an hour or an hour, read them, and then put together your own blog posts that sort of shares the best information from some of this free information you've been reading. And ideally, like I said earlier, implement some or mention some of your own particular success stories or some of the things you've been trying that you've been getting results with in Facebook marketing. Your best bet is to use a combination. These reports are meant to be a resource, not an end-all solution for you. So you kind of have to play it by ear. So you could come up with a fairly decent blog post that you could post about Facebook marketing, and here's roughly what the structure would be. So it would say you'd have your guest post title. Often the blogger that owns the blog will want to control the title of that post, but you can certainly give them your preferred title and see what they think. And then usually it says something like guest post by, and then your name, and then your name will be hyperlinked back to your blog, the home page of your blog. Or you could ask them to send it to a squeeze page, like I said earlier. Then you can look inside the article text here. I've just put in some dummy information there, but your guest post will have a bunch of useful information. So in our example, it would say different things about Facebook marketing. And then when we reach a certain section, we can link back to our blog post where we reinforce that point. So maybe we're talking about the power of using fan pages for small business, and then you happen to have a blog post that talks a lot more about that subject. Then you can obviously link the readers of this blog to your blog post where they can learn more about the topic. And where you see the word link here, this is where you can now link back to your site to either a squeeze page or a blog post. But either way, on those pages where they're linking to, that's where it's very, very important, where you want to give yourself an opt-in form to capture leads. Now, I've got two examples here. I've got a squeeze page. Now this is not a squeeze page for a report, but this shows you an example of what a squeeze page would look like. This is one we use for PLR. But you could use this exact same template, and your squeeze page could say something like, opt in now and I'll send you a free copy of an 8-page report where you'll get all kinds of free information about Facebook marketing. And then you can go into the details. It's got 100 blog posts, it's got 50 YouTube videos and forum posts, and even got a list of 30 different paid products or paid courses that will teach you Facebook marketing if you want to learn. I'm going to give you all this information now for free if you just give me your name and email address. That's where Report PLR comes in handy, because if you look here, I've taken one of the Report PLR documents and I've branded it to myself. And this is a PDF that I gave away to my list, but I could certainly use this PDF as an opt-in gift as well. So if I wanted to use this particular report you're looking at right now, membership site development and strategy, I could have a squeeze page that says, sign up now with your name and email, and I'll send you a report where you can learn all kinds of stuff about membership sites. I'm going to give you links to 100 different blog posts, 50 YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. You can see how that strategy would work. So that is the squeeze page method. Now, obviously, there's some stuff that goes into this. You've got to make sure you've got an autoresponder and a report to give them. So if you're not using Report PLR, what are you giving them on the back end of that opt-in? You've got to think about that for yourself. And then you want to think about your follow-up sequence as well, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, if the blogger doesn't like you sending people in those links that I mentioned on that previous slide here, this slide right here, if they don't want you linking out to a squeeze page, you could try a strategy like this. Link out to a blog post that you write that gives even more information. So here I just put, again, some more dummy text. This is an example blog post, and then I go into stuff like Facebook marketing, and I can do another little write-up about Facebook marketing, and then maybe around the middle of the article, or maybe it's just a really short post, I could say, do you want to learn more about Facebook marketing? Sign up below to get my report that covers 100 free blog posts that teach Facebook marketing, 12 interesting forum posts about Facebook marketing, 50 YouTube videos where you can watch and learn Facebook marketing, plus a list of great courses where you can purchase Facebook marketing information. If you want to, sign up now and I'll send you that report. And of course, you send them the same branded report that you would have been sending them here on the squeeze page as well. So those are really the two options. But when you think about this, if you've done a good job in your guest blog post here, and you've written good quality content, then people are likely going to click through and want to learn a little bit more about you, the author, the person who put together this solid piece of content. And if you do a good job of maintaining quality on the front end, in this case, which is the guest post, and where they go to, whether it be the squeeze page or your own blog post, there's a very, very good chance they're going to opt into your list and see what you have to offer as well. So that is sort of the strategy in a nutshell. I'm just going to go back to my other slide to finish the thought. So the part that I didn't really go into in full detail yet here is part 8, where you give them a branded report and a follow-up sequence. Now with Report PLR, the Facebook marketing report, or any of the reports that we're offering in that membership could be the perfect strategy. It would really pretty much save you 90% of the time to implement this strategy. But you also want to make sure that you have follow-up sequences there, right? If people are opting into your list, the last thing you want to do is let them opt in and then don't contact them for 2 weeks. They're going to forget who you are. So make sure you have other emails that you're going to send out. Again, going back to Report PLR, if you want to send them additional research reports that are branded to you, and it's a PDF with promotional links to all of your stuff, and you have a subscription at Report PLR, then you've got a new report every week that you could be using to send them that content. It's a great way of just sort of keeping on their radar, sending them lots of good quality information, and then obviously promoting things that you want to be selling. But the key here is continuity. Make sure you stay in front of them, that you offer good value, and that you obviously take an opportunity to sell something as well if you do have something available to sell, which you should be doing if you're doing this as a business. So that is sort of an overview of the guest blogging method to create a traffic spike and to increase your subscriber count. If you have any questions, let us know, because obviously this is a powerful strategy, but it will take some work to implement.